Hello, business owners. Hello, customer service people. I know you'll be wondering, what is it that I should never tell a customer? So that's what we're going to be discussing today. What are those things you should never mention to a customer? Because most of the time, we usually have difficulties in knowing what is it that I will tell this customer, and you will not get the customer annoyed, or will not make the customer feel I'm dismissive, or as the case may be. Those are the issues that most businesses have. So because when you know what is it that you need to tell customers, how to tell customers these things, you better be able to do what to solve their problems. So when interacting with customers, you must ensure you remain as professional as possible. And in remaining as professional as possible, there are things you must never say to a customer. Hello, I know you're joining us for the first time, or if you're not joining us for the first time, I still remain Idoko, and you're welcome to Tufts Institute. So today we'll be discussing the things that you should never tell a customer. One of the things that you should never tell a customer in customer service is that it is our company policy. Yes. Most of you usually use that statement. I don't know, for those of you who are just joining customer service for the first time, who are just maybe starting up our career in customer service, you like to use those words, it's our company policy. No customer likes company policy. So when you come out and tell customers it's our company policy, what you're telling the customer is that you're rigid. You don't care about them. So because you only care about your rules, you only care about your regulations, the things that are binding your organizations. You don't care about how they feel. And when you do that, what you're telling the customer is you don't care about the relationship. Yes, we're not saying you should flout the rules that guide the organization and all of that. That's not what we're saying. So what can you say instead of saying it's our company policy? You could say something like, ma'am, I know no customer likes company policies. Even me, I don't like people telling me company policy. But let me explain to you why this company policy is this way. Let me explain to you why we have to make this policy. Offer reasons and action. So you need to be able to offer solutions instead of just telling the customer it's our company policy and then that's it. That's wrong. So what again you should never tell a customer is you are wrong. You should never tell a customer you are wrong. It doesn't matter whether the customer is wrong or whether the customer is right. That is not the place to apportion blame. That's not the place to tell a customer, hey, you have done this, you have done that. No. You must never tell a customer you're wrong. Because when you tell a customer you're wrong, that means you're right. It will appear like the customer doesn't know what he or she is saying. Why is it important that you should never tell a customer that you're wrong? Because every customer has an opinion. When I mean an opinion, every customer has a say. They have what they think about a product or a service or anything in between. So when you tell them that you're wrong, what you're trying to make them is that you're being dismissive. And when you're being dismissive about the way they feel and all of that, the customers will not want to deal with you. They want to do business with you anymore. So they will take your business to somewhere else. So instead of telling them you are wrong and all of that, why don't you find a way? Just listen to them. Listen. Active listening is something you can do. As you're listening, you're looking out for an alternative way. You're looking out for an amicable solution to come in, to bring in, instead of just telling the customer you're wrong and that's it. Because as a customer service person, you must always know how to use words. Words are powerful. And if you don't know how to use your words, you probably will be hurting your customers. Not probably, you will be hurting your customers. So that is why you should be able to do what? Use the right words. Another thing you should never tell a customer is calm down. Calm down. What you're telling the customer calm down, what you're saying is that you're shouting. That's the implication. You're telling the customer that because sometimes customer will be very upset with you. And when the person is upset, the emotions are there. You could see the emotion, you could feel the emotion and all of that. Instead of telling the customer calm down, you could pay attention to what the customer is saying. Just listen attentively. Don't make noise while listening. Just pay attention, maintain eye contact, look at the customer and tell the customer, I understand why you are upset. If I were you, I will feel the same way too. We'll find a way around this thing. So let's look for a solution. So you know what I'm going to do? I know I might not be able to help you with this, but I can get somebody to help you with this. So what are you doing? You're really looking for solution. You need to be solution driven. You should not just maybe wish away what the customer is saying by making statement like calm down. Another thing you should never tell a customer is it's not my problem. Imagine a customer comes with a problem and he bought a product from you and the product is not serving the purpose why he or she bought the product, as the case may be. And instead of you to find a solution to maybe get a better product, the one that will work for the customer, you'll be like, that's not my problem. Because after all, he has paid you. You've collected money, you put your money in your pocket and all of that, and that's it. No, you should never tell a customer that's not my problem. Because it's your problem. When a customer has a problem, that's your problem. So because it's a problem, you must look for a way to do or to solve it. As a customer service person, you're a solution provider. You are there to do what? To make solution available for customers. You're not there to say it's not my problem. If it's not your problem, then you don't have a place there. Now, as a business owner too, when a customer comes with a problem, you can't tell a customer it's not my problem. Because if that's why you are there, then you need to close. So you should never tell a customer, that's not my problem. Another thing you should never tell a customer is, you should have read the terms and conditions. Yes, you should know that most customers don't read terms and conditions already. So why do you tell a customer you should have read the terms and conditions? Why? So you don't make that kind of statement. What you're saying is that you're telling the customer that you care about the terms and conditions more than you care about the customer. So it therefore means that whatever it is the customer is saying at that point, what you're interested in is, and maybe you know that this customer probably will not read it. So sometimes, you see, most businesses, when they're writing terms and conditions, it's very tiny. So very tiny, they know that customers will not read it. So because they know customers will not read it, because they are always in a haste, they want to just get the service or get the product immediately and start using it and all that. So they try to make the customer, they try to either hoodwink the customer or they try to ambush the customers, because they know that sometimes customers don't read these policies. So you should never tell a customer, you should have read the company policy, you should have read the terms and conditions. If you see that, okay, this customer has not read the terms and conditions, why don't you offer explanation? Call the customer, say, ma'am, I understand that you probably didn't get the terms and conditions the way it should be. So why don't you sit down, let me explain it to you so that you can understand it better. So it's better you do that instead of telling the customer, you should have read the terms and conditions before buying. Are you there? Yes.
Have you subscribed to our YouTube channel yet? For every subscription, we would be giving the sum of 50 naira to orphanage homes.
Another thing you should never tell a customer is, I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know. Like, of all things to tell a customer, I don't know. Like, are you kidding me? How can you tell a customer I don't know? You should know. What are you doing there? Your job is to know. So imagine if a customer calls for a solution and you tell a customer, I don't know. What's that? If you don't know, who is supposed to know? That is why you must have deep enough knowledge. I said it in my last program on customer service, when I was talking about customer service, that every customer service person should be knowledgeable. You must know. You must never tell a customer, I don't know. Which brings me to the next one. The next thing you should never tell a customer, which is what? I'm new here. Who cares? Why do you tell a customer I'm new? The customer doesn't need to know whether you're new or not. So if you're not new, the business or the company should not put you in the front desk. The company should not put you in that place where you're there to do what? To get in inquiries and provide solutions and all of that. When you tell a customer I don't know, what you're doing is that you're telling the customer that he should lose trust in you. That's what you're telling the customer. The customer should not trust you. And if a customer do not trust you, they will do what? They will jump you, or they will take your business elsewhere because they don't trust you. So they must trust you enough, and the only way they can trust you enough is when you know. So instead of you telling the customer, I'm new here, why don't you tell the customer, man, okay, I've gotten all the information, list out, write it down and say, okay, man, give me a minute, let me get all the information you need. Maybe talk to your supervisor. Get your supervisor to come into the picture instead of telling the customer, I'm new, and that's it. And you sit down and, no, that's not the way to do it. Another thing you should also never tell a customer is, we've always done it this way. What is that? I don't understand. We've always done it this way. Like, you mean you are resistant to change as a business? No, you should never be resistant to change. So, but when you tell a customer, we've always done it this way, what you're telling the customer is that is the way you guys do it and you're not changing any day, any time. It shows that you're not flexible as a business. No, you don't tell a customer that we've always done it this way. Nobody cares whether you've always done it this way or not. The customer at that point, every customer is unique in their own demands. And because they're unique in their own demands and customers are always seeking for improvement, they want you to be flexible in improving. And any business that is resistant to change can never grow. So, and when your customers have a glimpse that, oh, this business is resistant to change, they won't come back. Every business that improves, every business that has grown, check very well, they take feedback seriously. And because they take feedback seriously, they do that by making sure that they do what? They are open to feedback and suggestions. And when you're not open to feedback and suggestion, that's when you make statements like, we've always done it this way. Because you're not open to feedback and suggestion. Because you are inflexible. So please, do not be resistant to change. And never tell the customer, we've always done it this way. Another thing you should never tell a customer is, you are our best customer. What's that? you're our best customer. Well, you can tell them in private just to maybe soothe their egos and massage their egos and all of that, yes. But not in front of other customers. You make statement like you're our best customer. Nobody is your best customer. Your customers, every of your customers should be treated equally. Yes, I know it's difficult to say, oh, we're going to, everybody is going to be treated equally, as the case may be. It's difficult because some people pay premium while the rest do not pay as much as the other ones and all of that. But making statement like you're our best customers, what you're trying to tell the customer, there is an inequality in your service delivery. So excellent service, everybody wants excellent service, whether the person is paying 1 naira or the person is paying 1 million. Everybody wants what? Excellent service. And finally, never tell a customer, there is nothing more I can do. There's always more you can do. There's always more you can do. How can you tell a customer, there's nothing more I can do? No, you have a whole lot to do. So instead of just abandoning the customer and making the customer feel like, oh, that means I've given up. Imagine the doctor tells you there's nothing more I can do. How will you feel? There's nothing more I can do. That means you're hopeless. That's what you're telling the customer. So when you tell a customer there's nothing more I can do, it looks like a hopeless situation. No, always find a way because there's always something you can do. The only thing that will happen is that maybe you lose some money. Maybe you can offer some discounts. So, but there's always something you can do. So never tell a customer, there's nothing much I can do. So that's what we're talking about today. So in summary, what we're saying is you should never tell a customer any of these things. That's what we're saying. So I know you've learned something at least. So now today you know that you should never tell a customer, calm down. You should never tell a customer, it's our company policy. You should never tell a customer, I don't know. You should never tell a customer, there's really nothing I can do anymore. No. And all the many phrases that you know is wrong because the whole essence of customer service is about communication. Communication. Because effective communication helps you to do what to keep your customer loyal. That is why you must make sure at every point in time, never for you to do what to use any of these phrases. So if you have those phrases in your lingua, you have any of these phrases in your customer languages and all of that, please expunge it because it never helps you. Until I meet you next time, please subscribe, comment, share this video because I know you have friends out there. I know you have colleagues out there. I know you have your staff out there who are using these phrases and making your businesses look bad. So when you learn that the best way to interact with customers is making sure you don't use phrases that make customers look bad or make customers feel irritated about your business, that is when you learn that communication is everything when it comes to customer service. Until next time, I still remain Idoko. Thank you very much for listening today.